Hi, ladies. Happy Tuesday. Well, I'm getting a glare. Let's see if I can fix that. I don't know if I can get rid of the glare on my glasses. But I have found, maybe I'll wear it without for a little while. They're my blue light glasses, and it's really helping my headaches if I wear them when I'm getting screen time. But I haven't really been on my screen much today. So let's make sure. Okay, good. My microphone is working. Hello, Aunt Charlotte. And Miss Beth is here, and Miss Jessica is here. I was wondering how much of my mess would show up in my camera, but y'all can't see my desk, so it's perfect. My desk is just covered right now because I'm still slowly getting my craft room organized. I asked Cindy today if she would be willing to come back since we didn't finish my craft room so that I can get it done. But I'm working on it. I am working on it. I am feeling much better this week than last week, so hopefully I'll make better progress. Hopefully everybody had a really, really nice 4th of July. I can't believe that the 4th of July is already over. And I don't know about you guys, but July always goes really fast, I feel like, because I don't know if it's because we start off with a holiday, so it just kind of like gets us going like right out of the gate. And so then the next thing you know, it's like, midway into July, and I don't know. Maybe it goes faster too when you're, a student or a teacher and you get the whole summer off. And so it goes too fast because you're trying to get all of the things done. I don't know. So hopefully you guys had a really, really nice 4th of July. We went up to the lake, which was really awesome because last summer we really didn't go to the lake a whole lot because of COVID. Everybody was trying to, social distance. So like we weren't seeing my father-in-law or my sister and brother-in-law and my niece. So we didn't put in the dock, we didn't put in the boat, we didn't put in the jet ski. So I went up a couple of times over the course of the summer, and Ken went up once when we had that really bad power outage last year where we were going to be out for just days. And so we, packed everything up and went up there, and then of course our power came back on so we could come home. So, we weren't up there last year like we normally are, and we're normally up there many weekends, if not most weekends. Just kind of depends on the season of where everybody's at. So it was really nice to be up there for the 4th, and there was just even more fireworks than normal, and it was just really nice to have everybody up there. We had my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and my niece were up, and then we also had some family stop by. Hello, Miss Robin. We had some family stop by, and we had some of Emily's friends come up, and Kyle and Tyler got to come up for the day on Sunday because Kyle was still working because he's working at Starbucks. And so, of course, 4th of July is on a weekend. It's a very busy time. So we got to see lots and lots of friends and some family, and lots of fireworks, and so it was really good. So, and now we ended up staying over until yesterday, which wasn't the original plan, but it was fine. It worked out. It was good. And so now we are home, and I am attempting to tackle my craft room. It's a huge project. I have way too much stuff still, as I've mentioned before, and I'll probably keep mentioning. But that's okay. When it's truly, truly done, and it'll be able to just be maintained, it's going to be so much better. It's going to be so much better. So, again, hopefully you guys had a great 4th of July weekend. And got to see some family or some friends, enjoy some good food or some fireworks, or relax. Maybe you got to do some crafting. The only thing, I shouldn't say the only thing I did. Hi, Miss Katie. I worked on setting up I have new planners, which I'm just going to do I'll just show you what they are, just because I brought them to my desk. But not everybody is, necessarily into planning, and I don't want to bore anybody. But I have new planners, one for personal and one for work, because I really feel like that works the best for me, than to try and kind of have it all in one. I don't know, that always sounds good in theory, but I don't know. So I worked on that, and I did get to enjoy reading the new Retro Hit magazine, which I was going to just, I also brought over to my desk. And yeah, enjoyed lots of just time outside and relaxing time. It was very well needed. It was funny. I did a ton, but it was different than being at home and having to do all things at home. So even though I went food shopping with my father-in-law and, was, kind of being a hostess, to a lot of people, and taking care of all of those kinds of things, it still is it's very different than being at home with all of the things I have to do right now, because it's very easy, stuff to just do. There's no decision making really. It's just, you just do it. Whereas at home, it's what do I start with? And it takes longer than I expect. It's just, oh my goodness. Okay, 2 separate planners for work and home too. That's awesome. And it's funny because I technically, I guess if I get real technical, I'll have 3 planners once school starts, because I always have my teacher's planner. But that that genuinely stays at school, for the most part. Occasionally it comes home, but it usually just stays at school, and that's the lesson plans and the things on the calendar for at work when I'm teaching. My work planner though now is for Pink Crafty Cottage, and it just, to me so far, it seems to make sense to have 2 separate ones. I was doing 2 separate ones, 2 classic size and 2 different layout styles. I had just started using, I've tried a million different planners, and I struggle. So I switched because I like a lot of space. And the one thing I have found is anytime I've tried small planners, because I think, it'd be great because then I can just take it with me and I can have it all the time. And I've tried small, I've tried personal size, I've tried personal wide and B6 wide, so that there's enough space, but it's still tiny. It's too little space for me to write, because especially with some of the research that I've done with being an adult with ADHD, I need to actually write down all the things. I need to not just put a word. I need to be specific, so I can't just put down dentist. If I have a dentist appointment, I need to put that it's a dentist appointment and the time and on the date. And if it's that I need to call and make an appointment, I need to, call that was just something that I have researched and learned. And so the small ones don't work for me, because then I'm afraid of well, what do I put in there? Because I can't fit it all. On the one hand, I can't get it all out of here. Yeah, see, and that's awesome, Beth, that you have one with those separate. And that's what I've tried to do that in the past, and I haven't been super successful. And I was going to do that again, and then I've had 2 going, and part of it for me is creating the habit of being consistent, which I'm not. But in the weeks when I was using my work one and I was using my personal one, and and taking the time with them, having the 2 was really, really great, because my personal one can then have the space for all of the just household things. Plus there's some things in there that are marked for Pink Crafty Cottage, if a Tuesday Night Live, because that affects my actual daily personal life. But then other things that are, that I can get more detailed for Pink Crafty Cottage. And this probably won't last forever. I think that a lot of it for me is just getting in the habit of using my planner. And that's what I have to do first, is just really be using and playing around and trying and being consistent. Because I'm never consistent. I like buy all these planners and I get them all set up and and then I don't use them. So I don't know what works. So I decided to actually go bigger. Like I just was in the mood to do the big size because I had used the full size, big happy planners in the past, like from my lesson plan book. I've done that, and then I had gone to Classic for this year, and then when I was buying a new one for this coming year, I really was drawn to the big one, and so then I just kind of was, that's just what I was feeling. So I bought, so this is my work one, and so it's the Mickey and Minnie, but what I use for work, and you can see I got it all, what I use for work, I didn't use it last week, I actually am starting with this week, is I do use the vertical. I think I like the vertical because then I can break down the three. Hi, Miss Cindy. We're talking planners, Miss Cindy. So I can break it down into 3 categories. I usually have like a to-do and then like things for social media, things that I, like need to post or want to post, because sometimes it's a true need, like if it's a reminder or a launch or something. And other times it's just things I want to share. And then like kind of projects that I'm working on and or like a brain dump if I have an idea, or it just kind of gives me some flexibility. So I have to share pictures of my before the pen for this week because I did my 4th of July spread, or maybe you didn't call it 4th of July, Cindy. I forget what you called it, but I did it. So I took pictures. I have to post them. And so then I bought this for my personal, which is funny because I don't know if you can really tell, it technically has like cheetah print. It's technically a cheetah print, which I am absolutely not a cheetah print or animal print. I normally can't stand it. It was very, very limited options for, hi Suze. It was very limited options for what I like is the dashboard planner. Or at least that's what I've been trying. Patriotic, thank you, Cindy. My patriotic layout. So like this is last week. So again, I wasn't starting till truly like after July 4th. So the dashboard layout, has a place for like to buy and a place for errands, emails, bills to pay, a little focus section, and then it has all of the days. And so I had just started using this in a classic size, and I think that I like it. Because on the one hand it gives me enough space because there's like the space on the side for all of the errands and the buying and all of that can kind of just be whenever over the course of the week, because something that stresses me out a lot of times is like, shh, the fox is out front. I may mute my mic if she starts barking. I stress out too if I have to like pinpoint certain things on a specific day, because as soon as I do it, it's like it doesn't work. Like as soon as I write in like something I'm going to do after work, those are the days when I come home, and like even though my kids are grown, it doesn't matter. It's like that's when one of them, wants to do something or asks me to like go with them somewhere, or it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't happen that way. And this was a good mix between, I've also seen some of the ladies that have been doing the ones where like they have all the categories, and I tried that too, a little differently than some of the ladies are trying, but with the categories, and that wasn't quite working. So I'm really trying to find what works for me. So these had been kind of sort of working. And so I'm trying them. And so it's funny though, because I'm totally not cheetah print, animal print, anything. But after like seeing this in person and going, okay, overall it's really muted though. So I can really kind of do whatever I want each week. And then of course I bought the sticker pad that goes with it, and I bought some dashboard, bookmarks that go with it. And so then I've had a little fun buying just a little bit of like the pink, pale pink and cheetah print stuff. So those are my planners. So I have pictures to post for before the pen, just so that, because I'm going to, be trying really, really hard to be using them, and I'm going to be doing things with Cindy's challenges. I only did patriotic in the one. I did that in my work one because I could really still incorporate like the Mickey and everything. And I was trying to do it in my personal one with like the cute cheetah stuff I had bought for it, and it just wasn't happening. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it in one this go around because again, I just have to kind of get started. So that's my planner sitch. I actually have a whole cart that is for planner stuff that I have everything in, but it's not organized just yet. That was a decision while Cindy was here because I am a cart girl. Like the cart system really works for me for a lot of things, which is probably why like back here is taking me so long to decide like what is the most valuable items that get this expensive high-end real estate. So today I spent all this time sorting through paper that I needed to sort through because I need to know exactly like just how much kind of the paper is going to be out here that I need more paper trays for, and then at what point am I good and I'm going to use something else. So that's what I was doing today. And as soon as my craft room is truly done, you guys will get pictures, you guys will get a tour. I will do some walkthroughs of like specific things and specific organization, as well as Cindy, I'm sure, will be using a lot of the things we did here for her organization stuff to kind of share what she can offer to all of you, which is fantastic. Those of you that have just been coming on, I had mentioned, I already said to Cindy today, I sent her a message and said, so how quickly can you come back to help me finish my craft room, because I want it all done and it's taking a long time by myself. And it's not really something I can have anybody else help. Like I can't just ask, like I can't ask my husband to help me because he would just be like, you know, how much could he possibly get rid of to like pare down, because he's a lot more minimal than I am. And same with like my daughter, she'd probably be like, just get rid of it, that's ugly, get rid of it, that's ugly, you don't need that, you have too much of that. Kyle would probably be the only one that would be helpful because he is similar to me with his stuff. So I promise there will be pictures and explanations and all of those kinds of things. That's like the biggest thing on my list right now, is trying desperately to get it done, so that I can keep doing all the crafty things. Although I am going to have to switch gears a little bit, and focus on my desk, I think, tomorrow morning, because I have lots of projects I need to be doing and I can't work at my desk right now. So that's where that is. What else? Oh, and I did, so, I know Cindy wants to get it finished so bad. So I did mention, and I, as you know, on the one hand, I'm kind of an enabler, just a little bit, but I really like to just be authentic with you. For one, I'm always just being who I am. Sometimes it's not a good thing, but I do like to share things that are from other crafty ladies, you know, to support and encourage each other. And as I mentioned, and I did post pictures, and so the Retro Hit magazine, I have been a Crafty Babe crew member from as soon as it was possible. Like as soon as you could, I was all in. And so I've been getting her digital magazine forever, literally. And then I've purchased a couple of her physical copies. I think 3 to be exact. I think last summer I got one, and then I did the Christmas one. Oh, and then I did the back to school one because it was right around, like we would be doing the back to school crafty bash. And something that I'm really bad at, and is something that is one of the things that's a goal of mine. And so again, as I'm getting rid of a lot of clutter and trying to build in like the planners, and I want to build in a routine, and I want to be working on goal setting and things like that, is I'm really bad at staying on top of a lot of the things that are important to me, you know, but I don't make the time for them. I don't schedule things in, and I don't do a good enough job of truly like resting and relaxing where you're actually like enjoying relaxing. Beth, you get the digital copy, and the digital copy is great. Like, don't get me wrong, but one of the things that was really great was I knew that I was going. I just decided. I decided I was going to subscribe because I tend to not look at the digital one even less than I look at the physical one when I'm not being intentional with my time and with what I'm doing. And so I thought, you know what, if I subscribe to the physical copy, that will be so great to truly like sit and be able to look at it and especially maybe be someplace other than on, digital. So like I took it to the lake with us this weekend and I sat and I looked at it, a couple of times, and it's a great magazine, you guys. It's a fantastic magazine. Tons of inspiration in here. But the other thing that's so cool, I just think that's really, really neat, for example, is like I got to, so the little community Q&A is one of the things right in the front. And to be able to, to see comments, like answers to the question, and to know most of these ladies, like at least via social media, like it just makes it really, really neat. It's just a really cool connection that as I was reading it was like, oh, I know her and I know her. And again, maybe I only know them via social media and I've never met them in person, and maybe we haven't even had like in-depth, messaging back and forth, but others where I've either, have built a friendship with them via social media, or I've at least had, we've had some conversation or anything. So that was just really, really neat. So I would suggest, if you aren't already getting like the digital copy, for sure, I would say grab one. This is a really great one, especially it's only July and it's got a lot of really great summer kind of ideas in there, and it's got really good inspiration. So even the digital would be fantastic. Actually, I don't know I think the physical one might be sold out anyway. But I would also suggest in the near future treating yourself to at least a physical copy and just seeing what it's like and seeing if it doesn't bring you a lot of joy and isn't something that would be really awesome for you to know that you're getting every other month, and that you can truly like sit and relax and look through it and be inspired, and it's just great. So I wanted to share it for two reasons. One, it's a fantastic magazine. It really is. And again, having the physical copy and being able to like look at it and see things, and I think I'll get to a point where I'll probably like tag things and then maybe have like a resource. I may really think about making one of these cubes like a place for resources, because I'm a visual person, and so sometimes it's good to have something like that. And of course, there's amazing printables, and if you purchase the physical, like, so even if you just 1 month want to try it all together, if you purchase a physical copy, you get the digital version too, I think. I'm pretty sure. So then you'd be able to print the printables without cutting up your magazine. So, and then I had purchased her first stamp, but I didn't subscribe, and I didn't get the last stamp. But this stamp is so stinking cute with the roller skate and the heart and then the little picture frame. And then it says, have a bitchin' summer, which is just adorable and fun and edgy. So I went ahead and just did my subscription for both. Just because I love Andrea, Retro Hit Mama, and I also, it's like kind of just making it a point that I need to take that time and I need to be inspired and I need to relax and rest and rejuvenate. So that's that. I just have lots of things I want to like share and go over. Just, it's all kind of random though, so hopefully y'all are here for the ride. I don't think it's going to get wild, but hopefully you're here for the ride this evening, because there's lots and lots of things. The other thing If you guys aren't already following Cassie Stevens, even if you're not a teacher, like you don't have to be a teacher in any way, shape, or form. And she's an art teacher, which I teach high school. I am not an art teacher. She teaches art to the littles, to elementary, but she is amazing. This is her book that she has been working on for, I forget how many years she's been working on this. And she published it herself. She shipped them out herself. So like if you buy it, it's, she's been sharing on Instagram, like it's literally coming right from her house. Yeah, it was independently published. I don't know if it says how many years. But if you aren't following her on Instagram, I highly recommend it. She is just such a bright spot. She is funny and witty and creative, and and I mean all across the board. Like not only does she makes a ton of her own clothes, and she dresses like so wild as an art teacher. It's just amazing. And she's goofy and she's all those things, but her name is Cassie Stevens, Cassie, and then Stevens with a PHENS. And if I think of it, Beth, I can share her profile with you. Hi, Miss Michelle. Why are we whispering? So she's awesome. Like she's just awesome. So I ordered her book because she was close to reaching a goal or something. Like I really love her, and I follow her on Instagram. And she's really great at teaching too. Like she's a phenomenal teacher. Not only the things that she does with her kids, like the art projects, the type of things that she like allows them to use and allows them like the different mediums, but like even her true classroom management and things like that. So like some of the things, again, if you're not a teacher, but you're not going to get so much of that you're like, oh, why am I following her? So I really, really like her. And then she was close to reaching a goal. I think she was like 10 books away from something, or 15 books away from reaching, I forget what the goal was, but I saw it and I just went, you know what, this would be a great book for me, to read. And, after this last year, especially, and even the year before that, like I had a really, really rough group of kids in like 2 different classes, not this past school year, the school year before. And oh, good, Beth, you found her. And like I was having a really hard time, and then we were home, and to a certain extent it was really, I found it to be a very big blessing, because it was a really, really tough year, and I was having a really hard time. And so then being able to be home it was great. To a certain extent, it was just kind of a little bit of a breather. I did not like that we were, of course, had to do it all this year too. That was not fun. But going back next year, we should be better. So we think. But I also have a home-based classroom for the first time in 3 years. Because my first teaching job, I had my own, I actually had 2 classrooms connected, and then even used another classroom for some other things. And I had like huge space and tons of my own stuff. I had my own private bathroom. And then my current job I'm going into my 4th year, is a public school. And so I'm not the only fax teacher. I have 3 amazing colleagues that I work with. And we had essentially, at this current time, we had 3 classrooms that were like full-time fax classrooms, 2 of which are kitchens, and then 1 that would be for like consumer education and parenting and child development and things. And then we were able to kind of branch this year, and use another room, and so then we have that room for next year as well. And so that's my true home base. So I'm really excited. I have a classroom that is a complete clean slate, like nothing is hanging up, there's no decorations or anything. And so I'm kind of rejuvenated and really want to go in with, I've bought some things for the classroom. Target had some great stuff in their Bullseye Playground, which they have been having some great stuff for the last few years. So they had some great stuff. I've got some really great things for hanging up in the classroom, and I'm just really excited, and I'm hoping I can even kind of put a little bit more passion into my teaching, by kind of making it my own. So I thought this would be really fun too, to just kind of help with, just kind of seeing what she has to say. And even though I don't teach art at the same time with child development and parenting, especially, I do end up incorporating quite a bit of like hands-on activities and crafty activities and things like that. Because you would, if you were working with kids, you would do all of that kind of stuff. So yay. So I'm excited about that. I don't know. So I have to play catch up because I didn't take stuff with me over the weekend, up to well, I shouldn't say intent. It was unintentionally intentional, because I had felt so terrible all week, and had so many things that still just kind of needed to be accomplished. When all was said and done and it came time to pack for the lake, and I knew we were really only going for 2 days, and as much as sometimes there's some downtime, a lot of times there's not as much as I expect that there will be. So I didn't pack a whole bunch of crafting stuff, but I really knew I wanted to participate in Joanna's challenge for the whole month, for her birthday challenge, which is doing collages. And so I did Thursday and Friday, and then we ended up staying over until yesterday, and by the time we got home and unpacked, and I did a couple things, and then all of the laundry and all of that kind of stuff, and then I actually helped my husband in his office because he bought a whole new bookshelf. He bought a Calyx. He's part of the Calyx crew, which is so fun. I have to take pictures. He replaced a really old bookshelf. He has tons of books. He's a super avid reader, and he has tons and tons of books. And even though he doesn't reread them, he doesn't really want to get rid of them because he loves them. And Kyle has read some along the way. So he decided they were handmade, but just using kind of inexpensive materials, and they've had some water damage on the bottom, and they just were showing their age really badly, and they were this really ugly green. So he got rid of those and bought a Calyx just like mine, and then wanted help putting all of his books and things on it and his collectibles. So I did that yesterday. So I didn't really spend any time on my stuff yesterday, which was totally fine, because I was helping him. So I got all of his books situated, and then I started getting all of his collectibles and things situated. So I'll just take a picture and share that because that was fun too. And I felt a little bit more like Cindy than myself, because it was it was a little easier because it was books, but even still, being able to figure out how to organize the books and then organize his cute stuff on it and make the best use of the space. And so it was fun. So that's what I did yesterday. And then today again, I started one project to try to work towards everything being better. And so I have to play a little catch up on her birthday challenge, which is kind of a bummer. I hate being behind. I didn't mind that I was going to maybe be behind 2 days, but now I'm going to be even further behind, unfortunately. Just because it's funny, I felt great on Saturday and I felt great on Sunday. And then yesterday I was I don't know if it was just from being up at the lake and I got a bunch of sun. And then today was a little bit of good and bad. And so I'm okay, what the heck? I have so much to do here at home. So, but I don't know if you guys are playing along. It's super, super fun. And I'm really I'm enjoying the whole kind of being eclectic about it and just grabbing things that are speaking to me and fit the hi Janaea, and fit her prompts, because she has prompts. So day one was, let's see, July. No, what was it? Bluebird and, let's see, I gotta look now. What was day one? Day one was Bluebird first. Okay, so Bluebird first. And so I made this cute little like page. I want you to be able to see July. I wanted it to go this way. So I just grabbed, so this is a cute little like camper that I had purchased from a gal. I have a couple of them that she handmade. And then this tag, minus this little pink, was from Ashley, A Sunshiny Life, that she sends you when you purchase stuff. And so then I had added this. I had this little tiny piece of fabric that was from Joanna in a little like little bits from a Happy Mail package from her, and it has a little bluebird on it. And then this is wrapping paper that I just thought would be cute. This also is from Joanna. It's a little yo-yo. I think, oh yeah, There's Beauty and Simplicity is also from Joanna. And then I decided to grab a vintage file card that said July, since we were starting with July. So that's what I did for the first day. And it was super fun, because what I did was I genuinely went right to, I have a little bin, which I need to get organized, but I have a bin of like things that I just like, that I love, that I want to use, like tags from people or things that have come in Happy Mail and everything. And so that's where I grabbed that's where I grabbed this from, and this from, and that's even where I found, oh my gosh, I can't, this little scrap, and then my little yo-yo, and this, because they were in the Happy Mail from her, and actually my really cool sari ribbon that's from Sue's. And then I knew I had this wrapping paper, partly because I had just organized all my wrapping paper with my junk journaling stuff, so I actually know what I have and where things are. And then I wasn't sure what I wanted to use as the page, and then I thought about these, and so I thought that would be great because it says July. So that was day one. And then her day two, because this is really fun. I think you guys would really love. I think you might love playing along. What was number two? Oh, number two was Freaky Friday. And she just meant that, like, just get your freaky. Bye, Janaea. Have a good night. I just meant, like, get your collage freak on. And I wasn't sure what I was going to want to use. I knew I wanted to play along. And then on Friday, I happened to be working on sorting through all of my October afternoon papers, like getting them prime locations, so I started using this stuff instead of hoarding it. And so I had been doing that. And so one of the collections, I realized that there's just this really cute paper in it that I was like, oh, I have to really make sure I use that. And then I saw Cassie at Dust to Roses post her new set of printables, and I knew what I was doing. So, well, I kind of knew what I was doing. And then I just kind of had some fun playing around again, just doing something different. So this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper that's from October Afternoon. And I loved that it has the Pattern Girls on it. I really don't know where, there we go, that's better. It has the Pattern Girls on it. And so what I actually did is I did a little cut into the paper so that I could still get the girls the way I wanted, and then I could also make it a pocket. And then I just have this little flap. Like, I just kind of played around, tried something new. So this is October Afternoon paper, and like these are all little October Afternoon bits and pieces. And so are all of these little things I cut and made little scalloped circles. This is one of the tickets from them. But then this is a printable from Cassie at Dust to Roses. And so I printed that off, and then I just tore out, there's a bunch of other great girls, but obviously I could only fit so much. And so I tore that and put them on there. And then I made it a pocket on the back. So, like, genuinely, this is a pocket. You can put stuff in there. All of the little odds and it says odds and ends. All of the die cuts and everything are from the October afternoon. And then this is another girl from Cassie's Printables. So I haven't quite decided overall if I'm gonna, I was going to put them all like in an album of sorts, which I still might. I just have to pick one that kind of allows for me to have a variety of sizes. And I already have some things that I'm planning to use for the next ones. But again, I would highly encourage, this is all stuff that I'm other than the printables, I did purchase the printables, which I didn't mind at all because I love Cassie, and then I'm supporting Cassie, and I just grabbed one collection at the moment, so it was like $3.75, I think. But I would highly recommend, joining in and either just doing them when when the mood strikes you, when it speaks to you. You don't have to do it every day. But it's just a lot of fun. And it was, I would love to do it as a junk journal, Michelle. I just need to figure out what book, what kind of vessel to make the junk journal in. I highly recommend doing it. We all have, I'm sure, a certain amount of stash. Maybe we have little bits and pieces that you've been wanting to use. You've got stuff either from Happy Mail from people that you want to use, just different things. So highly, highly, highly. So she's Dust to Roses, Michelle. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, she is Dust to Roses on Instagram. She is in the Pink Crafty Cottage. She has participated. She's been in Zooms. So you will recognize her, I'm sure. So again, I would highly recommend playing along as much or as little as you would like, but it's really a lot of fun. Really, really, really a lot of fun doing that. Yes, Dust to Roses. You got it. I think she might have underscores in it. Let me see. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, she, it's Dust to Roses with underscores. So Dust _to _roses. Lisa, I saw that you were doing some. Michelle, I heard that you were having some issues with Facebook. Miss Tara messaged me. So let me know. I don't know that I can help, but let me know. I'd be happy to try and help. You made a traveler's notebook. Oh, that's awesome, Lisa. I know you were posting your pages, and that's awesome. It's super, super, super fun to play along. So I would highly recommend, highly, highly, highly recommend that again. Aunt Charlotte, you could totally play along doing it with scraps that you have, because you don't have to do it on paper, so you could totally do it on scraps, or you could make little pages even using scraps and add it into the little journal that I made for you, so you could totally play along. Okay, that is that. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh, hopefully y'all saw some of my posts. It is camp time. That was what I was going to say. It's camp time for Rebecca Hoot. That was going to be the next thing I said. You're reading my mind, Michelle. But really quickly, just so you ladies know, I am a PR rep for Miss Monique Mud Pies and Pigtails, for all of the cute crocheted cozies that she makes. Oh, and Charlotte, I would be happy to help. So there's a code. I think I need to add it to my link tree. You can always use Crafty Chick 15 and you get 15% off your total purchase. So I just want to make sure you ladies know that that coupon code is there. It's so cute because if you guys have been following me on Instagram for a while, you know that I share my cup cozies all of the time. I have tons of cup cozies from Monique, as well as planner bands and planner clips from her, as well as then I have lots and lots of cup cozies and coasters and clips from Miss Emily Simple October, because I love both of them to pieces. They're both amazing women, super talented. But I share my cup cozies all of the time, and I used to share them even more than I have for like a little while. And so she's so cute because she sent me a message and asked if I would be on her PR team again, which I had been on it previously. She had done it for like a really short time. And I kind of laughed with her and I said, well, I kind of thought I already was, but sure. So it was just really sweet, because I love supporting, and it's just it's done a great bonus because I know I share and I know I enable, but then to be able to enable with the coupon is even better. So she does sell out really, really fast. Even her design team, she like shared the Winnie the Pooh collection and we were all like, oh my gosh, we want the whole collection. And then we were laughing because most of us, I think I was the luckiest and I got like 2 of the characters and everybody else completely missed out. And so we were kind of laughing like, we're your design team. And we couldn't get them. So she does sell out fairly quickly, but she does lots of restocks, and she just makes a lot of really, really beautiful things. And it's allowed her to be a stay-at-home mom, and really like provide a home and everything for her kids. So just keeping that in mind. Hello, Jacob August 1. And so, yes, Camp Make Believe, or Rebecca Hoot's Camp, starts on Thursday. I have not done anything to prep yet. I am hoping to take time, at this rate, probably Thursday during the day, to prep. So a couple of things. When I go to prep, I would be happy, those of you that are registered. Well, if I'm prepping, I'll open a Zoom, and quite honestly, if you're not registered for Can't Make Believe, it would be okay for you to hang out because it would just be like prepping. But then over the course of the weekend and everything like that, I have to look at the schedule and everything. But I would love to, because everything's pre-recorded, I would love to host some Zooms, and we can even then watch the video and be in a Zoom together and working on things. And it just might so happen that Miss Rebecca Hoot herself may join us. That's what she had said, is hopefully her and her sister might be able to join one of our Zooms and be with us. So so that is the plan. So I will probably post something in Mighty Networks to find out who all is a part of it. And again, if we're just prepping, it doesn't matter if you technically are or are not registered. If you want to hang out in a Zoom and work on something else, that's totally fine. It'll just be that if we're doing a Zoom and we're going to watch anything that is paid content from her, I'll just have to make sure that you guys, of course, signed up for Can't Make Believe, because I can't do that. I can't do that, especially not to a friend. So, Can't Make Believe is through Rebecca Hoot. It starts on Thursday, goes Thursday to Sunday. I'm really excited to just like no holds bar, just have fun, because she is very, very, very not just, I say just a lot. She is very childlike, fun, over the top, all of the colors, all of the pretty things make it fun. I'm super excited. Yes, Beth, I'm so excited that you're signed up. So that is happening this weekend. Between now and, then I will put together a tentative schedule for the rest of July for the Pink Crafty Cottage. There will be things happening, of course, I have to stop saying just. There will be things happening in the Pink Crafty Cottage. There will be things happening in Cindy's Planner Porch. Our weekly documenting workshop is still running and going strong. I will be doing some more lives and things in that group this week, because I was so sick last week, you guys. It was bad. So I was unable to do my particular portion last week. So I'm making up this week. And thankfully, I have such great ladies in the Pink Crafty Cottage and in the workshop that completely understood and had no problem with it. But we're going to start doing Christmas and July stuff. So I want to be working on my December daily from last year. I want to be doing some prep for next year's December daily, even just simply kind of talking about the project, talking about supplies, talking about how to set, like the best way to maybe set things up and organize things. We'll do we may genuinely even look at like collections that are out there and kind of see what you think you want to use. It is a little difficult. It's funny because I, as you guys know, I absolutely love Heidi Swap. Love her. I've loved her product for like ever. And then with Instagram, getting to like know her. But then genuinely, I have gotten to know her. She and I do message occasionally back and forth. I have actually met her in person, and I was able to spend some quality time with her, which was phenomenal. And so it's funny because she posted like that she just doesn't get the whole Christmas in July, which I'm not normally a big Christmas in July person. It's not something I do every year. It's not, but I had really been thinking about it because the last couple Christmases, with like how my crafting has changed, with like doing the junk journals and like making vignettes and just doing different things, and how hectic the year gets. It's like before it's like October seems kind of busy. November's like comes and goes, and then you're already in December, and you can just feel like you're trying to play catch up. And so I really thought for this year it'd be really great just to have some time to I would like to get my December daily from last year completely done, because I was loving how I was doing it. Like how it would, that sounded wrong. I liked how it was turning out from the standpoint of I was really enjoying it. I was loving the collection that I had purchased and how it was coming together. And, Aunt Charlotte, are you making mine already? And I made some vignettes last year, or I've made junk journals in the past, and I know that some ladies would like to learn how to make some things before it's already December. So maybe they'd like to make a junk journal to use for their December daily, or make a junk journal as a gift for someone, or make a vignette, or like a mason jar or snow globe arrangement or something. So I will put together a schedule, all of that stuff again, even though memberships started in the Pink Crafty Cottage and Cindy's Planner Porch. All of the Christmas and July stuff is all free content. That's been talked about since the beginning of the year. There's nothing that needs to, there's not, as it stands right now, there's nothing that would be paid content. It would all just be most likely a lot of Zooms, because I want to spend a lot of time simply working on my December daily. But then there might be a couple of, I might do a Twitch or two, and or I might do a couple of Zooms where for a while I have it kind of in instructor mode, where I'm the only one on camera and everyone's muted. And if I'm going to be showing something, and even if I do work on my December daily, I will probably start out the Zoom with my face. But then I'll probably switch to what I'm doing and kind of talk through what I'm doing for anyone who wants to see junk journal style, because I'm doing it in a 6x8 album. If anyone wants to, watch as I do like clusters or that kind of thing, I can totally do that too. So it's we can be working on whatever, but at the same time, if you want to be seeing what I'm doing, you can, and you can be learning along the way. So that will be coming as well. And then I think that's all about that. As far as, that's so awesome, Robin. I would love to see some sneak peek photos. I would love to see that. That would be awesome. You're making quilts. So yeah, you have to start in advance if you're making quilts or anything that needs to be long. Is there anything besides a quilt that would be long-armed, Aunt Charlotte? Like, I'm thinking of like stockings. Like, you wouldn't long arm a stocking though, right? Because the whole point of the long arm is the size of the project, that because it needs to be able to do the whole quilt. Whereas if you did like a stocking, you could just do that on your own, I think. Maybe. Right, ultimate and overachiever. So for sure there will be lots of Christmas in July stuff. But it was just funny that Heidi Swap made that comment, that she never really understood it, which I get, because a part of me does and a part of me doesn't, certain aspects of it. But the other thing is that her collection, she showed a sneak peek, her collection won't be released until October. And last year I used Pretty Little Studios Christmas collection, and I love it, still love it. And I don't think that they released theirs until like October either. So it is a little bit difficult to possibly have your collection already picked, unless you happened to have like purchased a collection last year, like myself, and haven't used it, and you're still really excited about it, and so you want to you want to go ahead and like plan and get all prepped and use that. And then if there is a collection that you really love this year, you can go ahead and buy it, and then you'd have it like for next year, or you might have it for other projects. So that's the only hard thing is, you may, depending on how it works for you. Like for some you might be able to look at what you already have and just be excited to use what you have, or you might be just be very good and practical about, well, I have all of this great Christmas stuff, and so I'm going to use this before I buy new. And or you might be the type where in order to help you be successful with your December daily, you need to be excited about what you're using, and so you need to purchase whatever is brand new, shiny, and is calling your name. So okay, so you could long arm the fabric for table runners and stockings and things, because then you would cut it out. Okay, I wasn't sure. So again, it'll kind of depend on kind of where you fall, if you're really going to try to do a lot of prep for your December daily for this coming year. And if you don't normally do December daily, and if you don't want to do December daily, I will be hosting. There will be an event in the Pink Crafty Cottage that is all December long. That will be a virtual event. It is. When I say all month, it's not like the Crafty Fairy Tale Getaway where there's stuff every single day. That it's bombarded with, there's so much. but it will run for the whole month. And if you do December daily, it will just simply be things that can be added into that. It might help to kind of fill your calendar, or it might help to, to give you some ideas for things depending on the season of, of your life. And or it could be a standalone project. So if you don't normally do December daily, but you would really like to try and you'd really like to be a part of this event, then you can definitely do this and create it as a junk journal or a 6x8 album, or do it in your weekly documenting, if you do that, or do it in in a happy planner like for memory planning, or a traveler's notebook. Like, you can do it, you can still do it, and it can fit into whatever you already do, or it could be a standalone. But for those that do December daily, this is not then like a separate project too. It's meant to incorporate in, because that's one of the biggest things I've been worried about anytime I wanted to do something in December, is I don't want it to be another thing, because December is very, very full, and fuller for some than for others, but it typically tends to be pretty full overall for individuals. And so the last thing we want to do is actually take away by adding this stuff. I want this to just be something that maybe helps. It helps you, especially depending on the season, that maybe it's what you need, and that's my kind of my goal, because I had that happen a couple years ago. I love the holidays, you guys. I love holidays. I love themes, as we've talked. So I have decor for pretty much every theme. I have clothing for just about every theme. I have pouches and purses and planners and all the things. And then I've hit a point that, because I have so much stuff and I'm overwhelmed and I'm disorganized, and then the kids had gotten older, and so things were just different. I wasn't creating the magic for the holidays, and so Ashley, A Sunshiny Life, and April, Paper Pippi, had done a hashtag challenge. Not last year, it was the year before. And I didn't do the whole thing. I failed miserably at doing the whole thing. But they did a hot cocoa bar, and it really spoke to me, and it really just made me realize, looking at kind of what they were doing for their families and everything like that. And so I talked to both my kids and expressed where I was at with the holidays and everything, and that I was going to do that, and I was really hoping that they would at least grab a cup of hot cocoa with me. And it was fantastic. I had all of these mugs and cute platters and little bowls and everything to put all the stuff in that I'd been collecting over 15 years. Some almost all of them that had never been used, so they got to come out and be shown and get used. And Kyle decided he wanted to make cookies from scratch, and so we made cookies from scratch. He picked the recipe, we bought the ingredients, and he did most of the work. He just would ask me, because he hadn't really been cooking, following recipes and things like that on his own yet. So it was really cool. And so then we did a hot cocoa bar last year with the Gather Retreat, and got lots of positive feedback about that from all different ladies and all different seasons, from including their families, husbands and kids, or spouses and kids, to even just spouses, or even just doing it with by yourself. And if we do a Zoom, or or you watch a movie with it, or we're doing or you do it with some girlfriends, or it was just and it can be as simple or as over the top as you want it to be. It can be, you can simply go and get yourself, maybe treat yourself to a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts or a local, place that you don't always do, so go treat yourself, and maybe treat yourself to a cup cozy in advance, and then maybe a coaster, or you can, treat yourself to a new mug. And so you can, there's a whole range of ways you can do it. So that's what I'm looking to do, is just helping with some different theme, like small themes and prompts and little selfie challenges and little, just to help make your December magic, which is what it's going to be, which is what it's called. And there'll be more details because it'll need to get released early enough that everybody can plan accordingly with a supply list and all of that kind of stuff if needed. So that is something to look forward to in December. And so as we're working on some things, again, maybe if you've never done December Daily, you might be really interested in kind of hearing about even some of that in July for December. Let's see. As it stands right now, there still is no travel into the U.S. for tourists. So as of right now, Suze still cannot come in and visit. If that changes and she's coming, I will let you guys know ASAP so that anybody who is hoping to then come on out and coordinate to be able to see her, we will make that happen for sure. I'm starting to get a headache. So we're going to see if my magic boo blockers help. Sweet Annie's is rating with a party of 3. Well, hello, Sweet Annie's. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you know, there is a in-person retreat in December as well, and there's a few spots open for that. So if you have any interest, let me know. That is at the Paper Doll House in Sycamore, Illinois. It's a 1,400 square foot Victorian. Super, super amazing. Super amazing. I know, Michelle, we may just need to claim it as business, right? That it's business and she just needs to come for business. We may need to do that. Speaking of, what kind of crafts do I do? So, I do a lot of paper crafting. I make junk journals and I do scrapbooking. I do some pocket pages. I pretty much paper crafting, like any kind of paper crafting. I also do some 3D, like vignettes and things like that as well, and little mason jar things. Tuesday nights, I typically just talk about all of the new things or upcoming events. And then we do lots and lots of crafting, though. We do Zoom crafts, and we do classes and workshops and things like that, too. So, you do paper crafting for party stuff. That's awesome. That is so fun. I would love to see what you do. Let me know if you're on Instagram. I would love to know what your Instagram is. Or if you do your stuff on Twitch, then I'll have to come and check it out because that's awesome. All sorts of paper crafting. Thank you. That's my bookshelf, my calyx full of goodies. It's in process right now. I've been changing things up and getting everything organized. Slowly. Very, very slowly. But yes, Michelle, we may have to see if we can't make it a business trip for Suze. For sure. What else? I feel like there's a million other things. Of course, there's still a few spots left for the in-person retreat next July, which is going to be amazing, ladies. It's just going to be amazing. When Cindy was here, I ran all of my ideas past her, and I've talked to Kristen has been talking to you about a few of the things, and Suze knew several of the things, but then I sat and talked about a lot of it with Cindy when she was here in person and showed her some things to kind of give her my vision, and I'm really excited. It's going to be a really, really great time of just having a ton of fun, a ton of swag, learning, crafting, and connecting for sure. So I really hope that everybody is excited and is able to come. There's currently there's 8 spots left, so I'm really excited about that. So just want to make sure I mention that as well, so that you ladies know it's out there. I'm hoping to be getting back to my James Burke class, the virtual voyage, so that I can do some more painting and sketching and all of that. I'm wondering if he's live tonight. I forgot to check the schedule. I'm probably overlapping, and I'm probably missing the kickoff to this week. But that's okay. He has tons of content. And this week is Toy Story, so I'm really excited to see. Like, I'm behind. Last week was Coco, and I'm behind, but it's okay. I'm trying to not be upset about being behind on things. It's kind of difficult though, but it's just how it goes with some things. There's a lot going on right now. I know that there's some of us are in virtual voyage. I know we're getting ready for Rebecca's camp. I know that there's in camped that some ladies are doing. I know that there's Camp Wonder, I think, is the other one, or one of the other ones. Fussy Cut and Cuties, I know, are having their Cutieversary is a camp this month. I'm sure I'm missing something. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing a lot of things, but like there's probably even 1 or 2 things that I'm completely missing. I don't know if you ladies follow Heidi Swap, and if you saw that she is offering a cinch class, which I just signed up for. I'm going to be taking that. I have the cinch, and I have used the cinch before, her cinch machine, but she's offering a really fantastic class, and so I'm going to take that to learn how to make some additional really cool albums with the cinch, and I'm super excited about that too, because I see some really great ideas for some things with the Pink Crafty Cottage. So something a little bit different than a junk journal, but still something that you can completely make your own, like cover to cover. So I'm super excited about that. That's on July 13th. So there's still time to, there's still time to sign up for it and get the early bird pricing all the way up until, I believe, until July 13th. Otherwise, it might be July 12th that the early bird special stops. Oh, the Craftiversary is all on Facebook. Oh, Michelle. Oh my gosh. Okay. In a pinch, what you might want to do is you might just want to make a brand new account. That's what Tara did. When she was having the issues with hers, is she made a brand new account and she just messaged Paula, and Paula got her in real quick. So I'm sure that you could, in a pinch, you could do that if you need to, so that you don't miss out on things. For sure. Yeah, there's been a lot of hackers and a lot of scammers and a lot of that stuff happening on, like, all over the place. Like, text messages, my husband and I, it's just on the rise, all of the different scams that come across. One of my friends on Instagram was posting, like, all of the scammers that are on Macari right now, like with the 4th of July and like the season and stuff like that, like just posting fake stuff, and everything. And there's constantly stuff with Facebook, and it's just a shame. It's really a shame. It really is. And it's such a shame that it's harder for those of us using it appropriately. It's harder for us to get back in, like, when something's happened. than for the hackers to just completely take over. So, oh my gosh. I started my healthy lifestyle change on Thursday. I had mentioned it to you ladies previously that I had talked to my friend and finally told her I'm all in. I need to do this because I just couldn't take how heavy I've gotten and how miserable I was feeling. And so my package of the food that we start with, because the first thing that we do is really go into like fat burn and we really lose weight, and then we work on other things as well, so there's a lot of like mindset and learning and going through things. It's not just like eat these foods and you'll be great and then nothing. And my coach, she's my friend, but she is still very much so being a coach, and it's been fantastic and so helpful. So, I had signed up a couple weeks ago, and they're delayed on getting your initial food to everybody because they're like the second largest, I think, health program in the, like, I don't even know if it's in the U.S. or in the world right now. I don't know. They just have had a booming increase in how many people have joined, as well as there's a lot of issues with getting things from manufacturing. Starbucks is having huge issues too, so it's kind of across the board with certain things. Two-factor authentication that somehow got turned on, but you didn't turn it on and get it set up. You can log on, but can't get... Oh, that is awful. And I'm sure that they're probably another place that's like really impossible to get a hold of an actual person to help you and get you through things. Because so many things, everything's just automated, and it's like impossible to get to an actual person when you're like, okay, I need real help. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, it is the safest way to go. My entire school is switching to that over the summer, so that even all of the students will have that, not just the teachers. We're all Mac users, and so yeah. So I started that. So I'd ordered the box, and it was delayed, which actually worked out really well because I felt confident that I had made the decision, and I had sat with my coach, and I had placed the order. So I was, but then the delay didn't bother me because Cindy was coming out, and I wanted to be able to, enjoy all the different Chicago foods and things like that with her before I kind of kickstarted the program. So my box actually arrived on Tuesday of last week, and I had my annual doctor's appointment on Wednesday, and so I knew that I wasn't going to start on Wednesday because I wasn't sure if I'd have to do any additional blood work or anything like that. And so I didn't want like anything, different in my system or whatever. And I also figured that Thursday was July 1st, and so that'd be a great time to start. So I started on Thursday, and it's amazing, you guys. I have to tell you, it's amazing because, and I love food. I love eating out. I love sweets, like all the sweets. I like donuts. I like cookies. I like cake. I like eating candy. I like chocolate candy. I also like snacking on like gummy candies and things like that. My favorite drink in the entire world is Mountain Dew. I could have Mountain Dew 24/7 if I was allowed to. I love food, and I've always loved food, and for a long time I was able to eat whatever the heck I wanted. So it's really started to catch up to me, and it really sucks. And I really didn't want to do a program. I was really pretty sure that if I tried to do a program of any sort, it would it would work for a little while, but then you just gain the weight back. But I also hit a point where I knew I couldn't do it alone. Like I just couldn't. So anyway, so I started on Thursday, which was super awesome. And then at the same time on Saturday, when my father-in-law asked me to go grocery shopping with him. And so I'm picking out the donuts for everybody for in the morning since it's all the kids. And I'm picking out cookies and I'm picking out, the chips and the dips and like all of this stuff that then I'm like, I'm not going to eat. That was kind of sucky. But at the same time, because this program is so just it's so good. Like it's because it has such a great support system. I have talked to my coach every single day. Today was the first day we didn't talk on the phone. I texted her anyway because she really wanted to know what my weight loss was going to be today, because I had used a different scale up at the lake house than what I've been using here at home. And so there's going to be a little discrepancy, of course, and like a digital scale is more accurate than we didn't even have one up there. So I just grabbed like a little inexpensive dial one just to have an idea. So anyway, so not only have I lost weight, but the big thing for me was that I normally end up feeling like crap up at the lake house, because what happens is we buy all this food, like we'll go and get donuts in the morning for breakfast, like we'll go to get Dunkin', or there's a Piggly Wiggly up there that has like pretty good donuts in their bakery, and so we'll have donuts almost at least one of the mornings typically, and then we usually do like sandwiches for lunch, but of course there's always like chips and dip, and then we always have like cookies, and all of us are always more hungry at the lake, and I don't go out and swim or anything, but it's being in the sun, I guess, and being on the water, and everything like that. So I usually eat a ton. So I usually end up like snacking, like you go back for another cookie or you have another snack. And then we usually, we've been the past like year, well, not last year, but like the summer before, like we'd gotten into doing a lot of eating out. Like my father-in-law loves to do eating out. Yes, Aunt Charlotte, don't forget Dairy Queen. We would get Dairy Queen almost every single night when we're up at the lake, or at least one of the nights. So there's usually just tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of eating and snacking. And so then 9 times out of 10, like the evening rolls around and I'm like, I just feel gross. I don't feel good. My stomach bothers me. Sometimes I don't sleep well. And this probably, some of you are like, TMI. Want to talk about crafting. But anywho, so as difficult as it was to not like eat some of the food, get to eat the foods, I felt so good all weekend. Like so good. And I'm really starting to feel better overall. Still waiting to hear back if it's early onset menopause. Yes, can't wait. But actually they found that I need to have my gallbladder looked at. So I might have something going on with there is something going on with my gallbladder. We just don't know what and the severity. So that I found out on Wednesday. So what better timing that I switched and started doing some different things on Thursday. So it's going really well. I would highly recommend it for anybody who like really needs to just find something that is really going to work, because again, I've only been doing it a couple days, but it's a long-term plan that then like you do really learn a lot. And so you do really, it's helping you change your eating habits and change your taste buds and all of those kinds of things. So I'm not going to be eating their foods forever. It's just for a time period. And then there's a lot of learning and everything that's going to start happening this week now too. Because it's created by a doctor. And then, I don't know if it's a psychologist as well that they partnered with. I'd have to look at what his exact title is. But so anyway, it's great. Like, I'm feeling so much better than I have in, I don't even know, probably safely 2 years. Because ever since I started working full time, I started just slowly putting weight on. Like each year I would put a little bit of weight on, a little bit of weight on. I would try some different like workout, eating programs and stuff, but usually too intense to stick with for long, like you do it for a while and then you go back to like your normal eating. And so then it's like you pack it all back on. So anywho, I'm going to be sharing some of it on my Instagram, depending on what point I get to. If I really want to share a ton, then I may create a separate Instagram to really share there. And or if there's a lot of interest, then I may just create like a topic in Mighty Network, so that way if anyone wants to see different things, they can see it there. So we'll see. I don't know exactly what, how much I'll want to be sharing, if it's enough to create a separate Instagram. I just don't want to like overshare on my Pink Crafty Cottage Instagram either. But it's really, I highly recommend it because again, I'm feeling good and I'm seeing that I can do it. Like it was hard. It was really hard on the one hand, and on the other hand, it was like it really it was, I would almost equate it to like, ooh, my husband just, oh, did you subscribe to me or are you just showing us how to do it? My husband just subscribed to me. I would equate it kind of to everything with working with Cindy and doing all the organization and like really having the realization about, oh, I'm quiet again? All right. Okay. Well, hopefully Kyle used it on Friday because I think I have myself all the way up now. Is it better? Otherwise, he may have changed the setting on the actual mic and I didn't know it. Or I'm talking really quiet and I didn't know it. I'm sorry. Oh, it is better? Okay. I turned it up the last little bit. Michelle. I was going to say, like, well, Michelle hasn't said anything. I might be talking a little quietly, and I'll move the mic a little closer. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So Beth, I will send you a link to well, we can talk. Oh yes, I know. I was going to mention something like that too. So I have 2 emotes that are custom to Pink Crafty Cottage too on Twitch. If you go to use emotes, you'll see that there's the Pink Crafty Cottage, and there's my little Mandy with her little crafty tote. Which so my husband made those for me, Twitchy McTroll. So yes, so it's a whole program, and so I will send you information, Beth, or we can talk, just because it's not something where I was talking to my coach, and because it's multiple components, like it's a company that creates the food, like for them. But like one gal just went on the website and just started ordering the food and just was going to do the food. And just like was missing out on all the components of the coaching and missing out on all the components of like the life journal that really is to get deeper to what you're eating and like why you eat what you eat, or just different things. And she was spending more money and like wasn't going to be as successful. Like, so it's just they really like to make sure that like you're not missing out on and again, it's not that it costs more by doing it that way. It actually costs less by working with a coach. And so, so it's really, really great. But I equate it to like all of the realizations I was having with going through all my stuff with Cindy. Good night, Miss Cindy. I hope you guys had a great anniversary. It looks like you did. It looks like it was wonderful. It looks like it was a wonderful time. Realizations of things where it's like, having too much just causes, stress and overwhelm and, takes away from your crafting. And it's similar with food. Like, yeah, I love all the different things, but, it's not like, do I love the food enough for what it was doing to me? You know what I mean? Making me tired, making me put on weight, giving me headaches, just different things. So that's the biggest thing that I was seeing from the weekend, is knowing that I can really enjoy myself and have a great time and feel better without, eating all of the snacks and grabbing 17 cookies over the course of the day. And you guys, like, on the one hand, you may be like, oh, hot, but like, that's the thing, is I don't have any I'm terrible with self-control. So I have to be really intentional, and that's what I have to do moving forward, is I have to be really, really intentional with my shopping, as far as like what's, as far as, and even what I'm signing up for as far as crafty projects, as well as like my food. Like, I just have to be very intentional with things, and I'm not. I tend to be very, what's the word? Well, I'm an emotional shopper and eater, and I also am just very like in the moment, you know what I mean? That immediate gratification too, of like, you see it, and so you buy it right this second because, well, it's cute and it's on sale, or it's cute and it's right here, even though you have like a wish list of things that you want. Or similar with food, like, instead of, intentionally eating, good for me foods and then truly having a treat every once in a while, doing that 80-20, it's like just always just, well, you deserve the Starbucks again. You deserve the, the cookie, the candy bar, the whatever junk you have lying around, but then you still want to like go get Dairy Queen or that kind of thing. So spontaneous, yes. So I need to be very intentional. So, hi, Dash. Are you coming to say hi? Let's not step on the keyboard there, buddy. Oh, you just totally belched when I picked you up. Yes, you did. You totally belched. That was kind of gross, mister. Okay, there's not really room for you right now. So yes, I'm super excited about that, because I'm feeling a lot better. A lot better. So then I just need to find out what's happening with all the other stuff so I can take care of that and really feel really, really good. I am missing my Mountain Dew just a smidge. Like, I'm having a sparkling water, a flavored water, sparkling, which I've never been a fan of, but I'm trying new things. And I'm told that too, as I like get, since the goal in the beginning again is to really get the most kind of weight loss and kind of get all the crap out, by not eating a bunch of like the crap, is that your taste buds do change, because normally we really enjoy like fruit and things as our sweet, but we've been so over sugared that our taste buds have changed. So my understanding is that given some time, I will actually enjoy a seltzer water will taste as good as like a Mountain Dew currently tastes to, or would normally taste to me. So that's what I've been told. So we'll see. So that's my healthy stuff. So that's pretty exciting. I'm just feeling better, seeing progress. So I'm trying to think of what else. If there's anything else major. I'm sorry that my microphone wasn't loud enough. I still had it turned up pretty loud, but I think I've been talking a little quietly this evening. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I will make a post and we will plan to do some prep for Camp Make Believe. Yeah, I've only been doing like I've been drinking water. Like Thursday, all I drank was water. Thursday, all I drank was water. Friday, all I drank was water. Saturday, I tried one carbonated beverage. Sunday, I tried one, and then tonight I was trying one. Um, because a lot of times I would enjoy, like on a Tuesday night, I would go ahead and enjoy like a Mountain Dew either with dinner or during my live since I stay up a little bit later. And so I did it, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna, um, I don't know that I necessarily am going to want the carbonation either because I've been drinking a lot of water and it's so refreshing. And so then I think they're again just adding in, infusing it, making it have a little bit of flavor here and there. So we'll see. Um, oh, and I was going to mention, but Cindy's already gone. We are going to be working on getting that application up for the planning committee for the retreat next July, which we are super excited about. I'll have to talk about that more next week. So I do want to make sure that she's on, but I'm super excited because it's really a big shift in how I normally would have done things with Pink Crafty Cottage. When I first started it, it was very much like all mine. Like I wanted everyone to feel welcome and to be able to like do their things, but it was still very much mine. And I still have a certain amount of, like ownership to it. It's still, mine. But not only do I want to really allow for ladies to be using the rooms to, do their own thing for all of the other ladies, but I realized I can still do the retreat the way that I want, but remembering the benefits of having a planning committee when I've done a couple of teacher conferences before, both being on the board and being in charge of the event, as well as being on the planning committee, and just actually the growth and the amazing and the unique and like the kind of the concept that extends from this planning committee. I'm super excited. So we're going to get those applications up for ladies who are interested. So we were hoping to have them up last week, and we did not get those up last week. And a lot of that had to do with, again, I felt so terrible last week. I've never felt so terrible when I'm not like technically sick, like I wasn't technically sick. I just was just really struggling health-wise last week. So we're going to get those up. And so I'll, hopefully we'll talk about those maybe next Tuesday night. We can talk about that some more because I'm super excited about that. That possibility for those that are interested. So I will post when I'm going to do some prep for Camp Make Believe. I'm really thinking Thursday is when it's going to happen, just knowing that tomorrow I'm going to really need to get my space situated for even doing that. And it'll, of course, take me, I'm sure, longer than I'd like it to. So let's plan for Thursday. Time to be announced, and I'll open a Zoom, and we can do prep. And again, if you're not in Camp Make Believe, Thursdays, like crafty prep time can be for anybody. You can be working on something else. And then I'll look at creating a schedule for additional Zooms for over the weekend to hang out and play together for Camp Make Believe, so that we can hang out and be doing those things together. So those are the most immediate things that are coming up. And then again, we'll start doing some Christmas in July next week. Don't forget to like and follow on here. feel free to subscribe. That would be awesome. I'm going to start adding some perks for subscribing on Twitch as we get there. And if you haven't already, make sure to go check out the memberships that are available for Pink Crafty Cottage as well as Cindy's Planner Porch. Those are on our Patreons, and you can get to those with the link in our bios. For just extra time together and extra perks. So again, want to spend lots of time, want to bring you ladies lots of offerings. So make sure that you are following along with everything. And we've got a lot of stuff going on, planner challenges and hand lettering, and yeah, can't make believe, and a planning committee, and then Christmas in July. We just have a lot of stuff happening, ladies. Lots and lots of stuff. So I'm really glad that you ladies were all here. I hope that you have a great rest of your Tuesday night. And I will see, hopefully many of you, I will see you on Thursday. Don't forget to check out Cassie Stevens on Instagram. Check out Dust to Roses if you haven't already. And really, really consider getting that physical copy of the Retro Hit magazine. I think that you will really, you'll really love having a physical copy and just sitting down and flipping through it and getting inspiration. So, thanks so much for being here, ladies. I had a really great time, and I will see you ladies really, really soon. I love you guys. Bye.